Zachary had some markers. He gives 7 to Nathaniel. Now Zachary has 9 markers. How many markers did Zachary start with? So let's go ahead and write a number sentence to help solve this problem. So Zachary started off with some markers. We don't know how many. But the problem says this. He gives 7 to Nathaniel. So he gives 7 to Nathaniel. Now what happens? Now Zachary has 9 markers. Zachary ends up with 9 markers. Let's go ahead and use our number pathway to help solve this problem. So here we go. Zachary had some markers. We don't know how many markers he has. He gives 7 to Nathaniel. Now Zachary has 9 markers. Well, let's do this. Let's start off with Zachary has 9 markers. That's what Zachary ends up with. So Zachary ends up with 9 markers. And then the problem also reads this. He gives 7 to Nathaniel. So I'm going to mark in green the 7 he gave to Nathaniel. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So now we have the answer of Zachary had some markers. What was the some markers that he started off with? Was 16. So 16 minus 7 equals 9. So we could say this. Let's read this problem using our numbers now. Zachary had some markers. Well, we figured out that Zachary had 16 markers. Then what happens? He gives 7 to Nathaniel. So we subtract 7 that he gave to Nathaniel. Now Zachary has 9 markers. That equals 9. So that works. So how many markers did Zachary start with? He started with 16 markers. Another way we can look at this problem is that we have 9 markers plus 7 markers, and that's going to be equal to 16. Other equations we could write is 7 plus 9 equals 16. We could also say this. Let's say we started off with the 16 markers. We could subtract 7. That equals 9. We also could have 16 and subtract the 9 blue markers, and that would equal 7. So there's 4 different ways that we can write a number sentence based off the numbers of 7, 9, and 16.